So water intake. That's a good question.
Yeah. So yeah,
Do you want to?
common question is how much water should I take when I'm training weightlifting? But was it 4 to 5 times a day or a week?
Yeah, he's doing about 4 training sessions and about 4 cardio sessions. So he wants to know how much water he should be drinking. And for that amount, I mean, most people are really in a dehydrated state just because we're a caffeine-based society.
Yeah.
Like there's caffeine in every tea, and so I think for the training and assuming people, I think a good goal is 3 liters a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 liters. That kind of covers the bases, right?
Yeah.
And then you can figure out is that too much for you, or maybe maybe you don't drink coffee, whatever. But I think 3 is a good kind of starting point. Some people need more.
And again, some people are barely drinking any, so 3 liters they go to the bathroom all the time. But I agree, 3 liters, and maybe slowly break it in. Like you've seen me, I have a stainless steel 3-liter water jug just to make sure that I get that's what I consider my minimum I need. Think about it, your muscles is mostly water. At the same time, you don't want to flood yourself. Like the idea is sip it, sip it. If you're chugging it, you're instantly gonna pee it all out.
Yeah.
So it's like sip it when you need it. So I'll carry that thing everywhere. And through my just workout, maybe I'll drink a liter, liter and a half, sometimes less, sometimes more. I'm not purposely chugging, I'm just bringing it with me. And every time I slightly feel like I'm thirsty, I'll take a sip. Or in between each rest, I take a sip. But I like the 3-liter rule. And it's easier than people would think. So people are like, oh, that's really hard, especially the ones that only have their water intake through coffee or other things. I mean, you don't have to do this exact strategy, but as soon as I wake up, I have my protein powder with water. So it's already 750 milliliters of water right there. You can have just water if you don't want a protein powder. But as soon as you wake up, that's already a good portion gone. I try not to have as much before bed, just so I don't wet the bed. But because I don't want to get up at night, go to the washroom so many times. But
I find so when I wake up, it depends if I'm going to do cardio or not. But I always feel dehydrated when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And so I generally have about 750 mils. So if I decide to go for a walk or do anything, and then when I get back, I'll have another 750 mils of water, sort of for the recovery of the exertion of my walk.
Yeah.
and then I like to have about, sometimes I'd like to have about half a liter, almost a liter before the gym. During the workout, I'll probably drink about a liter. And then right after the workout, I'll drink like another liter.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm not carrying the water, but I have 3 or 4 times where I'm consuming 3 to 4 liters at that time, right? And then I try to kind of cut it by 8 o'clock or whatever, so that I'm not up, right? But that's how I like to do it. I just kind of have specific times that I drink the water and then I get it down. And
but it's really hard for lots of people. And so the solution I found for so many people is I'm like, go online or go to a shop, buy a water bottle you really love, spend some money on it. Like, it doesn't have to be super expensive, but usually if something's expensive, you'll have it in sight, you'll appreciate it more. Or add stickers to it, I don't give a shit. Even my water bottle, the stainless steel one, I love it because it stays cold for 24 hours. It's actually meant for camping. But it's 3 liters and I can track it. It was like $150. But I've had it for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, you have your own right there. And I like the stainless steel ones because they're easy to clean. I went for the one I have because it has the biggest opening, so it's super easy to clean. I don't need to throw it in the dishwasher and have it all gross. But I found with lots of my clients, getting them to have some kind of water bottle that they love having around them, whether it's the car, their office, that's the easiest solution versus just having a glass of water out.
Since we're on water, I try to tell people not to count the coffee that they drink or the tea that they drink, or if they're drinking pop.
Yeah.
That's like over and above.
Yeah.
Right? Not to consider that as water. Because they're like, oh, I've had 2 cups of coffee. Do I include that? I'm like, no, water is water. It's got to be clear. It's got to be clear as water. And the rest, if it's dark or colored, you don't want to count that. But you mentioned earlier aspartame. I wanted to talk about aspartame.
Yeah. Okay. Before aspartame, I have one thing that you might not agree with me about that has to be clear water. So I always I like water. It's okay. But I always had essential amino acids and some sort of electrolyte through my water.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
And I like the different flavors.
Yeah.
And that goes in line with the aspartame and stuff
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
get like, I don't want to brand drop anything, but like I get ones that are like tasty. Like it's like either watermelon or grape or mango or whatever of electrolytes.
Yeah.
And it's an electrolyte and essential amino acid, covering all bases, getting those so the muscle doesn't die at any time.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Aspartame. I've been asked this, and I'm always asked this for diet pop. And for everybody who's listening, I have been an advocate of diet pop for many years. I've looked into it. I've gone deep dives. I've tried to find the science that says it's going to kill you. They're back on it's going to kill you and it's going to give you diabetes and stuff, but I've never found this. I've been studying it for 4 decades. I used to drink a lot of it. There was that one time where they thought it gave you cancer.
Or it made you go blind.
And why that was it was during the Gulf War, and they had shipped all the diet pop or regular pop too, I don't know, the diet pop down to the Gulf, and they put it out in the desert, not thinking the desert was going to heat it up, and then by the time they got it into the cooler, so it went from being cool, super boiling, into the cooler, it turned it into something where it was almost like fertilizer.
Oh.
And then all the soldiers started drinking it when it got cold again. And then these guys started getting sick. And that was where they were getting sick. They were cancer. And then some guys were going blind and stuff like that. So they thought diet pop is really bad.
Yeah.
But it was just what had happened.
The extreme
circumstances. So people just always remember the horror stories. I used to use it as a tool to get people on stage. People don't understand it, but I would use diet pop in their peak week. I would say on these days, I want you to drink 2 to 3 pops a day. And everyone, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And you can see that I'm serious when you're winning at the end.
Yeah.
You know why you won. There was a lot of stuff that I was doing before a lot of guys, anyways, that's a different story. But the diet pop is not that bad unless recently they have changed it and put different stuff into it. But it's not as bad as people think. And they've done a study, which I could get you the study, where they did a study on water and diet pop. Which one helps you lose weight?
Yeah.
And do you realize diet pop helps you lose weight more than water does? And you're going to say why?
Yeah.
Right? Because diet pop satiates you.
Yeah. That's actually true. It does actually make you fuller. It's also the gas in there.
Yeah. So it satiates you.
Yeah.
And then you don't fall off your eating program. Where with water, you fall off. And that was it. It was a study. It was done from big university. And they said, well, we've done this study. Pop, you can lose weight on pop. You can't lose weight on water.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. And that's my take on diet pop.
Yeah.
Aspartame,
I mean, it depends also what people are comparing it against. Almost everything in this world is going to do something terrible to you. Even all the food that we have in Canada and stuff like that. Like, yeah, some of it's great, some of it's not. Like, you could argue a case for everything. Even like the farm fresh stuff. It's like, okay, well, what nutrients does it still have? What farms is it coming from? Everything's just fast paced nowadays. So my main thing is lower your stress. If it lowers your stress by enjoying a diet pop, fine. Would I rather you have a diet pop over regular like Coke or whatever? Yeah.
Regular pop, no, you can't drink regular pop. Only diet is good. But it's funny because anytime I started dieting for a show, I would always try to diet Coke. But when I started dieting for a show, it could only be Dr. Pepper.
Oh, really?
Diet Dr. Pepper. I needed to have it, especially after my workout.
I do like that though, but it's harder to find.
It is harder to find. It was back then. There was a certain 7-Eleven that always used to stock it. I couldn't find it anywhere else.
You would just
go into the 7-Eleven and I tell the guy, give me a case or two and stuff. And I just nice cold Dr. Pepper after my workout kept me from wanting to go binge.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're so depleted. You're like, you know, again, half that calms me down, but then I get back on my diet. You know what I mean? Because post workout, the way I used to train, I'm ready to eat an elephant. You know? So it's like, I was like, that thing kept me, that diet Dr. Pepper kept me on track.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love the diet drinks. I don't do it just right now, just purely because we'll cut that part out.
Yeah.